Melissa. Happy Wednesday. I have Libby here today.
Hello.
Hello. Home for the summer. Can you guys believe Olivia is going into high school in the fall? Hard to believe. But Liv, tell them what we're doing today.
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh, okay. So Olivia doesn't know either. So we are going to, this has been super popular, we are going to sublimate glass. So I posted a little sneak peek of this yesterday. I actually have this tumbler right here, and you guys went crazy. You want to go a little closer and show them that? So we can sublimate glass. These are sublimation ready frosted tumblers. Yeah, that's good. So pretty. With the bamboo lids. So I did post the link to them up top or to the side, wherever you're watching, so you can check them out and get some. I'm going to show you how to do this. Now, I just want to, Olivia was like, Mom, why do you have so many tumblers? So I have been testing a lot. I'm going to bring these up so you guys can see. But basically, I do a lot of the testing because these are not cheap. For a pack of 6, they were about $45. And so when you have them and they mess up, like this one, for example, ignore the fact that it has a seam, but the colors didn't come out very well. We have this one up here, which I redid. The colors came out okay, but then I noticed that when you have these like pastel colors, they don't do very well. And then, you know, I finally got the coloring right. So I learned a lot of tricks along the way, and that is when I then show it to you. So one thing that you're gonna need is a mug press. And when you use your mug press, if you have a tumbler press, you may not be able to do this because these specifically are 17 ounces and the diameter is very thin. So I actually use an 11-ounce mug attachment. This is part of my 15 by 15 heat press. This is the mug press attachment, and I have it as pretty much as tight as it can go, the pressure, so that it gets tight around. Now, it doesn't fit completely in there, so you have to do half and half, but I'm going to show you. Also, you need time for this. Glass takes a long time to sublimate. It takes 400 degrees and 240 seconds. Tell me.
Oh no.
That's
math. Melissa's worst subject.
4 minutes, basically, of each section, and you're going to turn in between. So when you do it in half, that means it's 8 minutes to sublimate one of these, but it's worth it. It's worth it. So we've done a couple of them. They come out really nicely. I'll bring it closer when we can. But we're going to start from the beginning. We're going to print on the Sublimation printer, and then we will do this. So the first thing that I want to do, I'm actually going to warm up my heat press. So as I said, this is the mug press attachment that's part of the 15 by 15. Now the 15 by 15 swing away, which I linked to, you have to use the control panel from the entire heat press for all of the attachments. Well, it's kind of big and cumbersome, so trick number 1, I just take the control panel off and bring it over here closer, and then I don't have to worry about bringing my entire heat press. So this it has some screws on the bottom and it just comes right off. All right, so what we're gonna do, before you do this, you do want to make sure that your mug press is set up. Now, go ahead and close that, Liv, so they can see how easy or hard it is to close. Go ahead, close it all the way. So, you saw she did not have to put much oomph into it, right? That was pretty easy, right? Now, this is not enough pressure. We need a little bit more pressure because we don't want the mug moving, the tumbler moving at all right? So we need it so it's snug in there, but not too snug because remember, this is glass. So now it's pretty tight. Do a little bit more. Okay, open it up. Okay, now do it again. Now I'm just doing, this is not turned on. I'm just doing this to set the pressure. Go ahead and do it again. Okay, so that was still, I think I need to do a little bit more, a little bit tighter. Okay, now do it one more time. You basically want between medium and light. And you don't want your mug to be, or your tumbler to be able to move. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now we will set, you can open it back up. Okay, so when you use your tumbler press, mug press, you're going to just plug the heating cord right into the control panel. Again, if you're wondering, where did I get this control panel? I literally took it off my 15 by 15 swing away, which it all goes together, but instead of bringing my entire press over here, this is much easier. Okay, then we are going to plug this in. So can you go ahead and plug that in for me, please? I'm gonna get ready to print this. So I have it all set up in Silhouette Studio. All right, now, that's okay. I'm gonna print 3 at a time, 3 templates at a time on my large wide format sublimation printer. If you only have an 8.5 by 11 sublimation printer, you'll only be able to do 1 template at a time. But I have 3, so I'm going to print this all at the same time on the Epson F570. If you are not familiar with the Epson 570 or Epson 170, they are true sublimation printers, okay? So I'm just printing directly from Silhouette Studio, making sure that my settings are correct here before I print. I do max quality, all right, and then, save paper roll, okay, and then we'll print this. This is gonna take a second to print. Olivia, do you wanna go over when it's, and grab it when it's done printing, and so we can show them the printer, okay?
Okay.
All right, be careful, there's a lot of cords. Okay, so while we're waiting for that, I'm gonna turn on the heat press. 400 degrees. For, as I said, you need 240 seconds, but you have to rotate the mug, the tumbler halfway between. So I'm gonna do 120 seconds. Okay, so 400 degrees for 120. Now, I want you to watch how fast this heats up. I really didn't probably even need to start heating this up until after it printed, but I just wanted you guys to see. Okay, so the printer takes a minute. We're doing 3 different patterns, and so patterns have a lot of like data and whatnot, printer type stuff. It takes a while for it to process. Not a while, but a few minutes. Okay, so here's the tumblers when they're blank. I want you to see, I'm just gonna show you here. So here's the blank tumbler. These are sublimation ready, okay? So as I said, as Olivia,
Oh my God, Mom. Be careful, these are
glass, yep, exactly. Be careful, these are glass. Now, here's one that I did that was clear, okay? So I want you to be aware. Look, it's very difficult to see when it's blank, and people are always like, it's so light. Well, yeah, it's transparent. So if you put something in there like a drink or whatever, you'll be able to see it more, but it's never going to be as vibrant as the frosted, okay? So just be aware. They also do make the tumblers, the glass, but today we're gonna do the frosted because I like the way that they come out. Here's another one. Here's the close-up of this one. This is glitter. This is just a pattern. These are both from So Fancy. I added my name with a glitter fill, okay? All right, now I'm gonna turn you around here so you can see Olivia and the printer, okay? So this is a printer. This is a true Epson sublimation printer, okay? 24 inches wide, which is going to allow you to print wide format sublimation. This is not a hobby craft machine, okay? If you have a small business, this is gonna increase your production. If you have a small business, then you're probably looking more at the Sawgrass, or actually just moved the Epson 170, which is over on my other desk. But just be aware that this is not a hobby machine. It's to help you increase production. You're gonna see, they're gonna start coming out in a minute, and then it has a rotary blade that's gonna automatically cut it. Now, once that's done, oh, by the way, the heat press is at 350 right now. So you saw how fast that heated up, okay? All right, so we'll let Olivia grab that in a second, and we're gonna come back over here, and I'm just gonna tell you what else you need, what else you're gonna need. So you're gonna need high temperature tape, which I linked to as well. You're gonna need, they come with the tops. These are just these bamboo tops, and the straw. They come with all of that, okay? And you're going to want some gloves. So my family likes to make fun of me for these. These are silicone, they have little silicone dots. These are heat resistant gloves. This glass gets extremely hot, especially after 8 minutes. So you need gloves or you are going to hurt yourself, okay? And I don't want you to hurt yourself. Also, when you're setting this up in Silhouette Studio, it's a really good idea to pay attention to the design and the colors that you're using. So if you have a design that has pastels, yellow, light purple, light blue, as we talked about, the light blue that's on here, you from this distance, you can't even see it. That's not going to work very well on these glass tumblers because they are so transparent. You want big, bold, vibrant colors. And in Silhouette Studio, it's a good idea if you open the image effects tool and increase the saturation, okay? I have a blog post coming on this next week. I think it's next week, that is going to give you all of these tips as well, but it's a really good idea to increase the saturation. So just be aware of that. If you use pastels or those pretty watercolor things, they're not going to, they're beautiful, but they're probably better suited for tumblers that are like stainless steel tumblers, okay? Where you can have the white, where the tumbler itself is white. So that's, I'm gonna show you what this looks like as it's printing here. Now, the one pattern that I did, this pattern right here, is actually the same as I have on this mug. So I actually made this pattern myself, the seamless pattern, okay? I use this mug all the time. I designed the pattern itself in Silhouette Studio. I didn't design the designs. I just did the patterns. Okay. Where are you going?
What's that?
Oh, she's leaving us. Okay. Here's the paper, okay? All right, so I'm gonna bring this back around here. And now you're just going to trim. So, oh, we're at 397, so you saw that was very fast. All right, so now we're just gonna trim this. You can use a paper cutter if you want. I'm just gonna cut apart real quick. I actually hope I made this. I made it a little, well, it's a little short, but when I do the actual blog post, I put the dimensions in there. But of course, it's going to be, I'm gonna move this because I need this room. It's going to all be determined by the dimensions of your mug, okay, which they're all a little bit different. All right, so I'm trimming off all of the white area on the sides so that we don't get any white, because white will show, or it won't be sublimated. White doesn't sublimate, okay? So I actually, for this sublimation mugs, I actually like designs that have white space because that ends up being where you can see the clear glass through, like in this case, okay? All right, so now you're gonna take your tumbler, and what I like to do, I can try to move you a little bit closer so you guys can see a little bit better, hopefully. So what I like to do is put the mug, or the tumbler, now it's awkward because it's like cutting off my forehead. Put the tumbler flat on your table and then wrap around, all right? Using the table to keep the bottom straight, okay? Now, you're gonna take your high temperature tape and you're gonna wrap really tight and then tape, okay? You're gonna tape all the way on the seam. Now, I'm back. Thanks, hi. Hi. Where were you?
I went to go close my computer.
Oh, you were busy? Okay, so I'm gonna need you to, okay, so I'm wrapping this like this, and then right on the seam, I don't even worry about taping the top or the bottom, but right on the seam, I'm gonna put a piece of tape to cover that. Oh gosh. Try to avoid any wrinkles.
An unevenness.
Yeah, don't, and let's not talk about that the pattern I mismeasured. I would say it's Monday, but it's not Monday. So, what do you have going on this summer, Olivia?
I don't know.
You don't know.
What do I have? I don't know.
Are you taking a class?
Yes.
Yes. These people probably remember you if they've been following us, following Silhouette School for a while. They probably remember you when you were in like 2nd grade. And now you're going into 9th.
Yay.
Yay. Save me. Okay, we're ready. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna put this we're gonna put this mug into the mug press. Half of it is going to be sticking out the side, okay? So we're gonna put it in, and then we're gonna close. for 120 seconds. Now, you can take a bathroom break if you want because we're gonna be here for a little while. Why isn't this timer working? Oh, Liv, go get your phone. We need 2 minutes, quick. Oh, the timer's going. Okay, you just get it as a backup. Oh my God. Okay, so what we're gonna do, as I said, this is in here now for 120 seconds. When that 120 seconds is up, we're gonna rotate 180 degrees.
Oh my God.
I know, I got it. We're gonna rotate 180 degrees so that even though there's just a little part right here that's not completely closed, that the whole thing gets baked evenly, okay? So 240, and then we're gonna scoot this the other direction and we're gonna do the bottom half. Again, 120, 120, okay? So we're gonna be here a while. So if you wanna take a break, don't close us, just stay here. Now, what I like to do, because this does take a little bit, is while I'm waiting for this one, I get the other designs ready, okay? So this 12-inch paper cutter has been very helpful. It has come in extremely helpful for me, and you can cut, you can cut vinyl, you can cut paper, you can probably cut even HTV on it. And I like to, obviously, the sublimation transfers, okay? What's your favorite mug?
Me?
Yeah, you.
This one.
You like that one?
Yeah.
You can have it.
Okay.
Don't break it. Or lose it.
Okay.
That's your brother. He's usually the one that loses it. Okay, we got 20 seconds left. So while we're waiting for this, I'm getting this print ready. And then I would, if I was, selling these mugs, which I don't because I don't have time to sell things, except information. If you like eBooks on Silhouette or you like Silhouette U memberships, I sell that. So that's what I sell. I don't sell like stuff. Okay, time. Now, we're gonna rotate 120. Repress, 180. Turn this on again. And it's gonna count down again. You saw I just rotated, kept it where it was. Then I'm gonna move it, okay? Now you can see why these gloves are important because it's gonna be really hot when it finally gets out of here, okay? So for those of you who are still sticking around after all this, thank you. Now the reason that I picked this one is because, like I said, I wanna make a matching to my mug, okay? What are you doing? Oh, you're just here for the bubbles, right?
No?
No? Okay. Okay, so a couple of things. If you decide to do this, you can do this a couple different ways. You can make a rectangle in Silhouette Studio that is the dimensions of your tumbler. So how do you get the dimensions? You're gonna measure top to bottom, which is about, I'm pretty sure it's about 8 inches. I forgot exactly, which is why my tumbler is a little short. Then you're gonna take a tape measure and measure around. Take those 2 dimensions, use the Draw Rectangle tool in Silhouette Studio and draw out a rectangle. Then you have options. You can either fill with a pattern from your pattern library. That's what I did for this one. You can get a tumbler wrap that's already designed. That's what I did for this one. Okay, this one's from So Fancy. It had a space for a name, so I added the name. You can, like I said, get a digital pattern, okay? The reason I like digital patterns is because you can scale it to how you want it. You can twist and turn and scale and zoom and all that different stuff. But if you're wondering like what went wrong with this one, not enough time, not high enough temperature. Okay, so this was a bomb. This one you can't even see, but I have black on there that you can see. This was actually sublimated 3 times. There's actually black, red, and blue fireworks on this thing as well. So that was that. And I do all of this so that you guys don't have to, because I know there's nothing more frustrating than spending $9 on a tumbler to only have it mess up. Okay, here's where we need our glove. Okay, so now, I'm so cool. Okay, so now we're gonna rotate this that way, and oh gosh, it's hot. Make sure it's fully in there, in the mug, okay? Another 120 seconds. Then this is the 3rd of 4 times. So after this, then we're gonna rotate again. If you're still with me. I'm getting confused because it's 120.
Okay.
Is this your necklace?
Yeah.
Why does it have Texas on it?
Because it's from Lily Never.
Oh, okay. So it's gonna have 120 seconds and 120 seconds, 400 degrees, 180 rotation.
Oh gosh.
You're confusing me.
I'm sorry. I thought you did it wrong.
I probably did. What's your favorite Facebook Live I ever did?
The one where you messed up.
Wait, what?
All the time.
Tell them.
Yeah.
They watched that. It was a blooper. It was basically one giant blooper for like 15 straight minutes.
And she couldn't figure out how many minutes 180 seconds was. At first, she thought it was 1 minute multiplied by 4, and then she was like, maybe it's 1 minute to the square root of 3, because I don't know how many seconds 180 minutes is. However, 180 seconds might also be equal to 2.5 minutes. Maybe it's 2.5 minutes.
Then I realized, what is it? What did I?
Yeah, then you're like, is it?
Woo-wee! That was their favorite line of the whole thing. If you haven't seen that Facebook Live, it was from a few months ago, and I made it into a blooper reel. It's on my YouTube, so if you want to go check it out and have a good laugh.
2 minutes and 48 seconds? Maybe? Maybe.
And after all of that, it turned out fine. It was when I was making mugs. Okay, we got 27 seconds left. These are the great Facebook Lives when we have so much time to wait.
Figure out how to turn off the live.
Right, I couldn't figure out how to turn off the. It was just one thing after another. It was so bad. We can't see really any of the comments because it's too far away, but we hope you're laughing with us. Okay, 10 seconds. Watch, this is hot. This gets hot.
Okay.
Now you're gonna want, in the final 2-minute countdown, you're gonna want to prepare yourself to take this paper off. So here I am again, rotating. Okay, this is the final time. Now, you're gonna want either some kind of a hook or a spatula to take off the tape and the paper. Definitely wear gloves. And if you're used to doing sublimation with the stainless steel tumblers and you put them in cold water to cool them down and stop the sublimating process, don't do that with this glass. It can shatter. So just that temperature change real quick is not going to be good for the glass. All right. So we want to avoid that. Look at that. Can you guys see inside there, inside the glass?
Definitely not.
You can't see. Okay. But we can see, and it looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So that's going to be. We got 80 seconds left. Okay. So you either want to use something like a hook or something like a spatula, and you're only going to work at the seam because you don't want to scratch the glass. Now, ideally, your paper seam would be overlapping a little bit, but because I had a brain fart and I didn't measure correctly and mine's a little bit short, we don't have an overlap, but don't worry, it'll be fine. And I'm only going to hold it this way so you don't see the seam right there. I'm just going to tell you right now because I messed that up, and that was most my own fault. But I can tell you that based on the 3 that I did yesterday, 3 tumbler templates will fit across on the F570 in the 24 inches. So basically they each need to be about 8 inches. Okay? Oh, I'm so excited. This is always the most nerve-wracking part because you do all this and you don't know if it's going to work. Got it. Okay, can you get one of the straws out? And, well, straw's too short. We need this. That straw goes with the glass can tumbler. Okay. Now, I should also tell you, the teal 8-in-1 heat press is back in stock. It's been out of stock for quite a while. It's back now, so if you're interested in that, you can do flat, like shirts and bags and stuff on the regular part of the flat press. It's 15 by 15. You can do the mug press, which comes with 4 attachments. It has a hat press and also a plate press. We haven't done the plate press yet, but I'm just telling you that's included. Okay, so here we go. You can see it's hot. I can guarantee you. Now, oh my God, it's so hot. This is why I'm telling you, you have to wear gloves. I need to use this. Peel off the tape carefully. Again, don't scratch the glass. Oops. Okay. The big reveal. Help. Just stand there. Help me. Oh my God. Ta-da!
Oh, it steamed.
No, it didn't.
On the one side? Right there.
Well, no, that's just because...
No. That?
A little bit. Okay, I'm gonna bring it closer to you. Oh my God, it's so hot. So cool, right? So like I said, the darks come out the best, which is why, like, if you have something like black, blue, vibrant green, red, those come out the best. This is super hot. Now I'm gonna put it on a lid. I'm gonna put a lid on for you so you can see the whole, here, let me have that. These lids, they didn't, it's like I don't know what happened to the straws. There we go. Okay. Isn't that cute? You like it? Yeah. These take a while to cool down, so just, I mean, feel my hand. Pretty hot, huh? Okay. All right, you guys, thanks for joining us. And Olivia says thanks, and she's like, seriously, Mom, I have to do this Facebook Live. I said, no, you don't have to, but you wanted to, right? Yep. Yep. Okay. Thank you. All right, we'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.
Peace in the Middle East. Come on.
I don't want to say it.
And Ukraine. Okay, bye.
It's the other one, yeah.